Good morning and welcome to Whitney in the Wild. I am Whitney, managing partner with Liger Partners, and this morning I am joined by Andre Wright. He is founder and CEO of the Wright Consult. He's also former president of BNI Roswell Strategic Network and author of the new digital marketing book, Visibility. Andre, welcome this morning.
Thanks so much, Wendy, Whitney, for you're going to kill me. Whitney,
No,
for having me.
Hey, I've been called worse, so Wendy's fine.
Yeah, and it's very early. It's a pleasure to be on your show, and excited to have a discussion.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here. So tell us a little bit about the Wright Consult. And I'd also love to know, because we're going to dive into the importance of digital marketing, Google Ads, and things like that. So tell us what you do. But after that, I'd also like to learn the why behind what you do. Like, at what point were you like, oh my gosh, people really need this service and they're having a hard time finding it. So guess what? I'm going to go out and do it on my own.
Okay. So the Wright Consult is a digital marketing agency. We do website development and design, and Google Ads, SEO, and social media management. So not only do we build the sites, but we optimize it so clients can be found online. So the why behind my story. So I was born in Jamaica. Born into a family of entrepreneurs. That drive has always been there to own my own business. So moved to the U.S. In early 2000s. And started to work with this Google affiliated company called Teletech in Arizona. That's when I started with digital marketing, and that's when I got to love the space. So at that point, we were in the early stages of Google Ads development, and I'm not sure if you remember it's way back. It's called Google Boost and Google Tags. These were some other products by Google putting out there to develop their ads.
Google is great at many things, and then there are many things that they're not, right? Like Google, what was their version of was it Google Plus that was like essentially their version of social media? Okay.
Yes. Yeah, it was Google Plus, then no, it's and Google My Business. Yeah. So that's the social media side.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I got into digital marketing then. I was digital strategist for a while. Then I got promoted to a digital agency manager there. I was managing like 20 AdWords certified professionals. So that's where I got my experience in the industry. And from that point, I realized that, coupled with the fact that I was born into a family of entrepreneurs, I always wanted to own my own business. And then fast track to 2015, I got the opportunity to move down here to Atlanta, right? And my thing was that this is a great opportunity to start my own business. So I wanted to obviously leverage my experience in Google Ads and start a digital marketing company. I worked a short stint for an agency called Force Marketing as a research manager, and then right after I started the Wright Consult in 2015.
Nice. So I love that you use the word optimize as well. And I love that because I feel like we're in this world of like what we call vanity metrics, right? Which is like, awesome, you got 20,000 impressions. But how many people actually took an action on that post or ad, whatever medium we're talking about, and clicked to the site or gave you a call or actually took the action that we're looking for to convert into business, right? So how do you optimize what you do for your clients?
So when you first and foremost, in digital marketing, it's not one size fits all. It's based on it's based on the client's objectives, what they're trying to do. Because some clients, their objective is just to gain impressions.
Yeah.
Some clients, they want their customers to go through that funnel and buy the products. So what optimization actually means to me is based on the client's goals and how we are attaining that goal. That's why we pride ourselves on results. We're a results-driven digital marketing agency. The proof is in the pudding, because I know at the end of the day, if I'm not performing, the clients are going to fire me. And I say this all the time, because if I'm not bringing you results, then I'm failing. And that's what digital marketing is all about. You've built your business, you've built your practice, you're looking for new patients, you're looking for new business, so you want to see results. So optimization is really taking the data, taking what you're getting from the different platforms, whether social media, coming through your website, whether through we're utilizing Google Ads, SEO, whatever those digital marketing channels, and just bring the data together and then try to maximize or get more out of the profitable data, get more out of the profitable direction or profitable information that you're getting. For example, in Google Ads, that's why keywords optimization is critical, because we would start with different creatives and utilizing different keywords, and then based on our optimization, based on what we're seeing in Google Analytics and other tools, we can say, hey, that keyword is giving you the most conversions. So guess what we're going to do now? We're going to replicate that. We're going to build on that. We're going to build out more campaigns utilizing variations of that keywords. So optimization is critical in digital marketing. And I tell people and customers whenever I speak or whenever I'm speaking with business owners, the digital marketing, the effectiveness of any digital marketing, it's how you optimize, how you utilize the data, how you build on that.
Right.
So you mentioned a great point. Optimization is an essential focus.
Yeah.
Digital marketing.
What trends are you seeing? Be it, maybe it's in social media or maybe it's SEO, Google AdWords, that have changed in the recent year and a half, right? Because if you were a business that didn't have so much of an online presence, you do now, right? Because you were forced to do that. Like whatever was making you wait, you were forced to do that now. And so it feels like it's taking beyond that 20 times to get in front of a customer to get them to make a decision and buy or utilize your services. So what trends are you seeing? What differences have popped up?
And that's perfect, Whitney. So the stats say, I always quote this Boston Consulting Group stats, almost 90% of buyers, they go online first.
Yeah.
So without an effective, online presence, you're literally dead. You're
right.
losing to the competition. So you have to be online. So our philosophy, before I get into trends, so our philosophy as a company is we call it the BBC. Be present, be visible, and then convert. Be on the platform,
nice.
ensure that you're optimized, so that you're present, and then we convert. So in terms of the trend and the future of digital marketing, we're seeing a lot of things. And as you know, you're in the space, it's all about customer experience. How can we make it to be easier for the customer to convert? How can we make it to be better? And I spoke about that in my book. I know you'll maybe touch on it later on. Things like voice search. That's going to be very important in your SEO.
Yeah.
The chat bot and the chat boxes. That's important, because we don't want customers to come on your site and then leave. We want them to come on your site and then we engage with them. It's all about the customer experience. And I think VR, virtual reality, is big moving forward too. And I could talk about an example with IKEA. So as you know, because of the pandemic, a lot of people, we can't go into certain stores. So what IKEA was doing with VR, they actually gave clients the option to download an app so they can utilize virtual reality to look in the showroom, right? And then they can do like 3D printing to see like the furniture in reality, so that they can convert and they can purchase the product. So you talk about the trends and the future. I think everything is centered around the customer experience, and I think that's where digital marketing is going.
Yeah, that's interesting you say that too, because it's maybe your social media looks like 2021, but your site looks like 1985, right? Like that's where maybe you get a lot of clicks, but they're spending 5 seconds on it because they're clicking off going, I'm going to go find what I need somewhere else.
Exactly. And I always say this, being effective in digital marketing is like, you have this beautiful attire, this nice suit, but if you keep it in the closet, no one is going to see it, right? So it's so important to, optimize your what you're offering out there, and it should be tightly themed. And just what you mentioned, you don't want someone to be searching for shoes, and when they land on your site, they're seeing cars. That is, they're gonna bounce, and you know you'll see the bounce rates in Google Analytics. You'll see
Yeah.
that that is ineffective. So it's all about a seamless process from the customer seeing your business to dragging them through the funnel to through conversion.
Yeah. No, and that's another key point of seeing your business, right? I feel like because the market has been inundated with new companies and businesses coming online that weren't online. I mean, you also have to consider what your competitors are doing, right? Like if you're offering the same service, but everyone's finding your competitor before they find you, they're never going to know that you exist because your competitor is beating you when it comes to digital marketing.
No, you're right, and that's why you have to be efficient, and that's why you hire a professional,
Yes.
someone who knows what they're doing, because I've seen by doing thousands of audits, I've seen business owners they waste a lot of money because they're like what. Google sent me this $100 to do a free trial. I can just use this and build my campaign. But guess what? They build they build the campaign, and their targeting area is Roswell, and they have a US and UK in the interface in Google Ads. So
Right.
so they're just wasting a lot of money because they don't understand. It's all about strategy, and it's all about making your campaigns effective so that you can outdo the competitor, and you could get that conversion.
Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with Google. They're kind of like HBO. They're that subscription that you really only wanted for 30 days, and then you forget that you've done it, and so they're just charging you in the background over and over again. You really have to keep an eye on putting money in
Yeah,
there
yeah.
and using it efficiently. I mean, that's the key word. So I'm interested too. I mentioned in the intro that you were a former president of BNI, which, any successful business owner knows how to network, right? And that's what BNI is all about, is networking. And obviously, if you're finding new customers, new clients, you're networking. What's a key takeaway for you, Andre, or something that you've learned for effective networking?
So the key takeaway is it's really it's what BNI is all about. It's givers gain, right? It helps me to appreciate you know the importance of reaching out to people and really helping. It's sometimes we're caught up in just trying to build our business. It's all about us. It's all about us. But it's all about helping others. And I'm telling you, when you help others, and when you try to find business for others, it will come back to you. And networking has been a great part of building my business, and it works. It works. And Whitney, I know that you know that, because the saying is true. People do business with who they know and trust, right?
Yeah.
And so that's why network is so important. Is say you would set if a customer is in the market looking for say Google Ads, and that customer, and you forward them to me, the customer would more likely to have that conversation with me more than I cold call that customer. So that's how effective connecting and networking is. So the takeaway is just helping others, and try to help others to grow their business, and you'll see the fruits of your labor.
Yeah. You said givers gain. That's perfect. That just puts a nice little bow on what you said. That's awesome. All right, let's talk about your book. So the title of your book is Visibility.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so tell us about your book. Maybe like one key takeaway. Don't give us everything because we want everyone to go out and get the book. But there it
Yeah.
is, visibility.
Visibility, digital marketing secrets to growing your business the right way. So visibility, and as we have been talking about, it's one thing to be present, but it's just another thing to be visible. You know, uh, a lot of time in talking to business owners, and they will be like, what, Andre, I've been doing this forever. My process is there, I have my website. I haven't updated for the last 15 years, and I'm good. I'm still getting the flow. But my thing to them is that if you're not, if you, I understand that you're comfortable, but imagine the customers that you're losing out on because you're not visible and you're not, optimizing your website and trying
Yeah.
to get more business. So visibility was born out of the fact that going around speaking with these business owners, I realized that digital marketing can be we call it a fuzzy or a mystery. When you talk to people about SEO, well, SEO, that magic thing that so wanted to simplify it. I wanted to simplify it and define like key terms that say a new business owner, they're out there, they want to do something in digital marketing, they can pick up this book and say, oh, I can start here. What is good SEO? What is what a good website should look like? What a base or a good social media strategy should look like. And we also touched on the future, like voice search, chatbot, and things of that nature. So it's really a digital marketing guide that anyone can actually take up to understand the digital marketing landscape.
Yeah. So I'm always curious about the writing process. What was your writing process? Like, how did you get this thing done and published?
So, because the thing is, people ask me all the time, how do you do all these things? You're doing a podcast. You're running your own business. You're involved in networking.
You have children.
Yeah, I have 3 kids. Running around. So
Yeah.
how do you do all these things? But I've been writing this book since 2018. So over 3 years.
Yeah.
Over 3 years. So it's really not overnight. And so the pandemic actually, it kind of it put things in perspective. And I'm like, you know what? I've been putting off this. I've been writing in a chapter here or there, tweaking things or here or there. Now is the time for me to, maybe focus, block out some time and get this done. And that's what I did. And just get it launched.
Nice. Wow. Okay. Give us one secret or takeaway from your book to entice us to want to go buy. So like give us one and then everyone's going to go buy your book.
So the one thing I would say, we always talk about our why and our story. But in this book, you'll realize that it's all about the customer story and the customer's why. Now more than ever, you have to, as what we spoke about early, you have to put the customer in the center of everything that you're doing.
Yeah.
For your strategy to work.
Yeah. So before we wrap up, the other thing that caught my eye on your guest information form, you're often mistaken for a professional athlete.
Yeah. So
do we have guesses in the back? I saw some head shakes of like, yes, we.
So I'm 6'4.5". So I'm a big guy. So I'm a really big guy. And I remember we're in North Carolina. My wife and I were walking, and people were like, can I have your autograph? Can I have your autograph?
You were like, yeah, sure, Andre Wright.
Yeah. So all the time there, and people ask, where do you play ball? Or all the time. So I get that because I have that built, and but it's fun though. It's fun.
You should pick someone and just go with it.
So the guy that they always say I look like, his name is Paul Millsap. I think he played a little bit for the Hawks before.
Okay, that was the guesses in the back. More head nods, yes.
So they're with me.
Yes. Yes, that's, and it was funny because I kind of saw that too, but I'm terrible with names. I'm calling like sports players out. I'm not very good at names. So awesome. So tell us then, Andre, the Wright Consult, if people have heard this today and they know you need your service, how do they get in touch with you?
So if you want to know more about me, firstly, Andre Wright, you can go to andrewright.com. So andrewright.com, you'll see information about my book and speaking events, all that information. That's there. And for my company, the Wright Consult, it's the wrightconsult.com. The wrightconsult.com.
And that's with the W-R-I-G-H-T.
Yes.
The Wright.
Just like,
Consult.
the Wright on the book,
Yes.
with the W. It's a play on words. So
Yes.
THEWRIGHTCONSULT.com.
Awesome.
And you can find me on social media / the Wright Consult too.
Perfect. Andre, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Whitney, it has been a pleasure, and I hope you forgive me for calling you something else at the start, but I love and appreciate you.
No, that's totally fine. I just wanted a Frosty now. I have to go find a Wendy's to get a Frosty. No, absolutely. Thanks so much for joining me this morning, and thank you, listeners. We'll see you next week.